Salutations, good people of the internet. We've returned. It's that time. Yet again, another episode, 114 down. Welcome back to No Cooldown Podcast. Yes, my name is That Man Trip. I am very slighted by all these damn price increases that have been happening over the past few weeks and months. Like, what the hell's going on? But, you know, we're still here nonetheless to talk about games and, put our spin on things. We do what we do. Hope everybody's been doing well out there in the internet gaming land, all that good stuff. And we here to baby. We're here to talk about these games, here to talk about the news. I've just realized we're like 2 weeks away from showcase season. That makes no sense to me in my head. Time and just gaming is a weird construct at this point to me, but it is what it is. We get through. And of course, I ain't come here alone. I got backup with me. I got the squad with me in full tow. First and foremost, this man is possibly the youngest boss man I've ever seen in my life. 9 years old. This man was making games and developing shit. Please put your hands together for Kai. He's in the building, man. The director. What's going on, dog?
Hashtag game design. Hashtag no code.
Thank you for that specification, man. How are you?
I'm feeling good. Ready to get into it. It's been a while. I'm excited.
100%, man. And on my, well, technically my left, I mean, wherever y'all looking, the other side, my man is knee deep in hell, and not negatively. He's just literally running through Doom like the Dark Ages for like what, I don't even know how many hours you may have clocked. You may be on a different plane. He's got a cloak on right now. He's feeling good. He's feeling himself, and his name is When Easy. What's going on, dog?
I'm chilling, man, chilling. Absolutely love ripping and tearing. It's been my therapy this week.
My therapy.
Insane, man. I hear it, man. And to help the therapy spread through the world and be more therapeutic, to that like button, that support button, and all that stuff like that, make sure you go rate this podcast 5 stars on all social platforms, all audio listening platforms. Go support us on all social channels at No Cooldown Pod on, again, all the Twitters and Blue Skies and everything that's out there. No Cooldown Podcast on TikTok. You can check us there. They haven't taken it away from us yet, so I guess we're still going to use it. You know, we got it there. And No Cooldown at No Cooldown on YouTube as well to check us out with that. Any gameplay videos, any little extra things that you might not find anywhere else, go check the YouTube. And with that being said, we have a lot of news to get to and catch up on. Some pretty big stories, some notable things that I wanted to get y'all takes on, and we can dive right into. So without further ado, gentlemen, are we ready?
We are
Born ready.
Hey, let's get to it then, man. Let's get to it. Starting off, what the hell's wrong with Bungie, y'all? So what is wrong with them? Hey, let's have a real sit down. Let's set you down easy. Let's give you a full house heart to heart chat with the slow little like piano music going on in the background. Like, so first, this whole topic about Marathon has come up, and again, Marathon is an upcoming extraction shooter. Again, just a revival of an old franchise from the 90s from Bungie's perspective, and it's ran into a lot of trouble because it turned out that they stole art from an artist who has been dealing in a specific style for about a decade now, and she's put her art out. And it seems like certain artists from the Bungie team completely ripped things from her, completely ripped all of that stuff and so many different things. I believe her name is Anti-Real, and does again art, and she has her name on Twitter, I believe. And yeah, completely ripped a lot of her designs, and they just like repurposed them, changed the direction, did this, that, and the third. And Bungie was like, hey, we got to do an internal review. We might have fucked up. It's bad. And now it's opened this entire can of worms to where we've looked back at previous instances, because it isn't the first time that they've stolen art. This is probably like the fourth. And it's opened up another can of worms to the consistent mentions of toxic workplace culture, toxic leadership that has caused, a really, really sour environment for the folks working at Bungie. So we can start with the art stealing piece of this puzzle, and I'll open it up to you guys. What is wrong with Bungie?
I just think it's a case of like designers, looking at stuff and being like, that's cool, and probably with no malicious intent, like putting this stuff in the game, but then higher ups aren't like doing their due diligence and sort of like hard stamping, like, hey, where this is cool, but where's it from?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just like, it's disappointing for sure. Like, and I don't even know if it was necessarily like with malicious intent, but it's not something that's like new to Bungie. Like, this isn't the first time that they've done something like this where they
That's
fucked
the
up
only thing that's hard to like give any kind of defense about.
This is dead
This is
ass like fourth or
This is
fifth
like,
time.
this is like something that your
Deadass.
company is like getting known for now. Like,
yeah.
you met this
Like, why
shit.
y'all keep fucking this shit up? Like, why is this a constant theme with y'all over there?
Yeah, it's just poor pipeline. Like, I want to assume that the designers that put this stuff in the game had no malicious intent.
Yeah.
Man, and I would assume they don't. You know, the frontline guys are just seeing something cool and they like want to extrapolate it. But again, I agree with you, Kai. It's that approvals process of like, okay, did we do our due diligence and make sure this is an original design or this is something that didn't come from anywhere else? This came from our team. This is our sourcing. And if it isn't, how do we make sure this is either out of the question and get this out, or we properly attribute and, you know, compensate the person that did this shit so we're not liable for this stuff? And it's tough. It's tough, bro. I don't know if y'all saw it, but there was like a live stream where like I think some Bungie like developers or somebody was like they had a live stream or something like that going on to address some of the comments and allegations, and they were getting flooded, bro. They were getting destroyed. Like, it was bad. I'm like, the PR is in the absolute mud. And it's nasty. And at a broader clip, again, it brings back these things about how Bungie leadership is apparently very toxic. Again, with so many rounds of layoffs. If you looked into, again, a couple of articles that were posted about it, just talking about how, again, they would always put you know, a lot of the workers and a lot of the groups in a very tight spot with not being able to speak on things that they should be able to, and to contribute openly to the product and speak openly about things going on in the workplace. And another thing that was mentioned too, there was a Game Post article about it, and it was talking about every round of layoffs, they just kept leaning more on AI and contractors, and they just basically screwed a lot of the full-time staff into feeling unheard and basically unfulfilled, and they just ran to cheaper, you know, methods of getting things done, which lends itself to saying, oh, it's probably easy why, you know, you guys took on all this stolen stuff.
Yeah, it's really disappointing because like I feel like I've talked about this before, but like I've seen, like, we used to champion them because they're like, oh, it was Activision that was a problem. It was Activision. But it just goes to show you that like greed can be more than just in the publisher side. Like I used to really love Destiny, and that game has taken a turn where like I now can't even really try to engage with it because I feel like I'm just getting scammed out of my money. And this cutting of corners just kind of just feels useless. Like, why are we even, if we can't afford to make a quality product, what's the point of making any product at all outside of just lining your own pockets? Like, I feel like there's got to be an easier way to make money for you guys than this. I don't really fault it too much on the staff that didn't know, but I also can't really sit here and pretend like maybe they did know. Like, maybe somebody was just being lazy as shit, or maybe it was just the wrong hire. And it's just sad seeing like a company as big as this with all these resources stealing. Like, what is the point? If an indie developer did this shit, I'm like, all right, cool, it's a one guy working on something. I cannot understand why he would need some help, or he isn't doing everything the best possible. But like, you guys are too big for this.
Nah, for real. Kai, you want to jump on that?
I mean, you guys covered it pretty well.
Yeah,
not much else to say. It's like, I think the only other thing that I would say about this is, on this, like, strictly the art side, is like people have now seen that, oh, they've gone and, like, you know, ripped posters and turned them into decals, and it's like, the entire art style isn't original. It's like, the art style and them ripping decals is two completely separate issues that I think people need to understand as well, right? Like, this is an art style that is, you know, gone through so many iterations from I think earliest I can even remember is, or that I've looked into is like the Designers Republic with like Wipeout in like the 90s, I think it was. And it's like that's something that's just continued to develop over time. It's not like just because they rip some assets doesn't mean the entire art style is like owned to this person that they stole from, right? I think that's something that needs to be cleared up as well.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely nuance in it, and unfortunately, in the gaming space, you're not getting none of that shit from the public. You're not getting a singular. Yeah. You're not getting none of that shit. You want nuance from gamers? Nah, bro. Sorry, brother. Shit out of luck. And unfortunately, you're just gonna get vilified. You're just gonna get vilified when it comes to all that stuff like that, and it's tough. It's honestly.
But you know, after the fifth allegation, rightfully so. But
yeah, it's tough. It's tough, bro. But you know, it is what it is. I just think it's more in what's it called? Not more. Kind of more embarrassing that the workplace culture stuff is back up again and again. Like how, and I feel like that just, it kind of shows the bad root, because I mean, again, the art piece is something that is discernible. It's something like, dang, like again, it's unfortunate, it's bad, absolutely, but I feel like the whole point of the again, the leadership being very toxic and very what is it called, just horrible all around. I feel like that just like, oh, that's a oh, that explains everything moment. That's a light bulb moment where everything comes together, and now it's just all roads lead back to Bungie. What the hell have you guys been doing basically since, you know, Destiny 1? What the hell's really been going on, and how far have y'all pushed people, and how much wrong have y'all done behind the scenes to just basically stay afloat? And again, to Wen's point, it's tough where, damn, greed really like it still won out. Like Activision, it is rare where Activision doesn't look a worse party in a certain contextual situation, but it's like, damn, y'all just wanted to break out for y'all own reasons. Like they don't, if you make them even look a bit better, if you make Activision look a bit better, and like, damn, you know, they broke off for, you know, maybe a certain reason, but their leadership was like acting, they just wanted more bread direct. And it's kind of, it's tough to see that in real time, especially when there's so many great devs who come from Bungie and were bred in Bungie, and like, you know, they earned their keep at Bungie. It's tough to see that there's such great people that are in the ranks there that have left or are very much put under the gun because of this leadership that they aren't fit to lead at this point. From all the reports that we're seeing, they're just not fit to lead.
Yeah, tough,
honestly, man. But Marathon, Bungie, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, between Marathon looking like it's looking like it's going to be very hurt in terms of perception in its rollout. That's tough. There was something about that Fair Games game that was coming out. They changed the name, and then that one of their like lead developers or lead executives left the whole studio before it was developed, and they got bad signs from that. PlayStation has not had a great hit rate. Concord, they have not had a great hit rate with any type of like, you know, new joint that's coming out, bro. New shooters is just, it might be cursed ground for them. They might have to just pack it up and fully outsource.
It was on sitting there shaking their head,
bro. Kills on the grave of that shit. I'm about to say
the only thing they really had was, and it was a good game, it's still a good game, was Helldivers. I feel like that was the last time we were praising a Sony
100%.
Yeah, I mean, that's still been pretty strong on Helldivers as well.
No, yeah, I was playing it yesterday. Like, it's a good game.
I need to get back on it still, and that's like, you know what I mean, and that's like, I'll give it to them, but I don't even want to fully give it to them, because that's like, you know, they just brought in something that was like a sequel of something that wasn't fresh out the box, brand new first party, in my opinion.
They didn't make that. Yeah, that shit was, they bought that shit. They brought the sauce. Like, somebody was like, yo, I got some shit for you here, and they were like, all right, we'll tap in, we'll invest, which was a great decision by them. Yeah, but also, you know, like, we can't sit here and pretend like that was PlayStation from the ground up.
Facts. And I feel like the nature of Helldivers in and of itself is so, it's not the traditional what they would want in a shooter. Like, again, when they have the their ideal was like, hey, we keep control of Call of Duty to the end of time, you know, and just make our life easier like that. We have a big blockbuster game, shooter, mindless, everybody loves it every year. We get 30 days exclusive access. That's it. Set it, forget it. Xbox did this, and they've been in a scramble ever since, trying to find that equivalent of a staple game that they can attach their brand to without, you know, actually having full, you know, maybe a full stamp on it. And they've tried. They bought Bungie, and then that's went left. You know, they tried to do all these other things, and that's went left. It's tough. It's tough, man. Shooter's a consistent conundrum for them guys, man. And Bungie is not helping the case. They're not helping the case. Man. But we can slide on here. Let's talk about GTA and how it's delayed. Let's talk about the GTA delay. I know we're a little bit behind the cost, but we still got to talk about it, of course. The biggest game in the past, like, you know, whatever, 10 years since the last one, blah, blah, blah. GTA 6 has been delayed to what, May 26, 2026, I believe? I think that was the official date that they gave, but they also did drop a brand new trailer and a whole bunch of new screenshots and background about the town, the characters, who we're going to be, again, playing, just looking at the entirety of the city, the sections, a bit of the danger, some of the set pieces, all that stuff. And it's like, damn, a year away, but this still looks insane. Definitely want to open it up to y'all. How did you feel about what you saw and also the delay from GTA 6?
GTA 6 I think is gonna be a really good game. I was showing my girlfriend this, and she asked the question that I'd never really considered. She was like, you think it's gonna be co-op? I think the answer to that question is easily no, but I wouldn't put it past them because we don't really know, right? And I think a co-op GTA would be sick, but I also don't know if it will. Like, I would love that, but I don't know if they're going to go that far.
Yeah.
Speaking of what I did see, like, just not like moving the speculation aside, interesting story, interesting setting. I think it kind of just like pushed forward that first trailer that we saw that was already really, really good and really, really interesting. And it showcased the characters in a way that we kind of understand who they are. What I enjoyed a lot of was just like the graphics were crazy, and it felt like Vice City looks like something I never recognized before. Similar to like when you first saw GTA 5, like when you first went to Los Santos, you're like, okay, kind of similar, but this is like a whole new, like, this is almost not even the same place. I think it's gonna be a really fun game. May 2026. I'm not really surprised. I'm happy that they kind of gave themselves an entire extra year. Like, that's one thing that I'm really, really happy they did, because let's face it, they could have easily had been like, no, we're gonna push it back 6 months, crunch the shit, and put out whatever. I think one more year, while it is far, I mean, there's so many games dropping every day, and I feel like more games are going to drop now that GTA has like an official release date, and people are going to like try to plan around it, that we're going to have a lot of stuff to play, and May is going to fly by. Like, we're going to get to May pretty quickly. Like, I don't think, I'm not really stressed about the game. I'm just happy we kind of have an actual date as opposed to like maybe in the fall, you know?
Yeah, they're just kind of like giving us the in-between and stuff like that. Yeah, understandable. I agree generally, honestly. Kai, what say you?
I don't know. It gives me kind of, you know, anti-cop vibes.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Oh god, I completely forgot about that. Yo, I completely forgot. Yo, y'all are some bitches. Oh my god.
This is honestly a crazy take.
Yeah, that's why I personally stick to Pillars of Eternity too.
Oh, what? You know what I'm saying? Oh man, just you know, just pay a couple $15 for a dude to play for me and I'm off. You know, just simple stuff. You know, just Jesus. Oh gosh, I didn't expect that. But carry on.
I'm honestly like, I'm actually quite interested in the story of this one. Like, the whole, like, you know, people in music was like talking about like, is he undercover? Like, how's the ending gonna be? Like, I'm kind of being sucked into those conversations, and I'm kind of here for it, because it kind of does look like it might turn out to be some kind of like crazy up and down love story that just turns into the craziest backstab, and I'm actually quite excited to experience it. In terms of like the stuff you guys were saying on like how the graphics are crazy and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, totally agree, no brainer. Like, they have an absolute army working on this game, so if that wasn't the case, then I'd be kind of worried. I've been kind of curious as to what the delay means, like from a development standpoint, because I would imagine that the game is done. You know, it's,
Yeah.
Right.
what is the hold up? Why was there like, is it like a meme delay, or is it like there's actually some stuff that's in the work and like systems being put in place?
Yeah, I mean, again, the main thing, if I can fancy a guess for one, is obviously the polishing stuff, just to make sure they have as much optimization in the game as possible, because I can only imagine the level of like intensity that they have in these games, bro. Like the intense resource usage and shit. Like they have to absolutely nail that stuff right there. They have to make sure that's as good as possible. I don't think they can. I don't think. Like, again, remember GTA 5 came out and there was all them problems that came out with it, like out the gate. It was just hard to like, I think that was, again, manageable, but it was a disaster scenario because they had to give away so much stuff for free in the back end, and GTA Online took another year to do and stuff like that. I think they're trying to tidy up and shorten the timeline to content as much as they can. Again, polishing on one end for the main experience, and then shortening the timeline to the content on the back end stuff. So the GTA Online stuff, whatever their roleplay component is, because they bought 5M and they're good. They're going to do.
Yeah, they did buy 5M.
They're going to do something first party RP. They're going. That's a stone cold fact at this point. We just don't know what it is. You know what I mean? I just don't know what capacity that's going to be. Is it day one? Is it attached to the online? Is it the entire online? Is it a component of it with the playlisting and custom stuff? I don't know, but I think they're spending a long time in terms of, again, the basic polish of the game to make sure again everything's tight with the experience and optimized, and beyond that, how do they line up all their content offerings to keep people in platform as soon as the game drops down? So is it the RP piece first, having that official servers up, and then putting GTA Online, like the sandbox stuff, after it? Is it flipping that and doing online first, and then the RP stuff's coming soon in like the late summer or Q4 or Q3 of that year? Who knows? But I know in the least they have to take this year to polish. They have to. A game of that size, scope, and scale cannot just drop willy-nilly unoptimized. They have to make sure it's as tight as possible on that front. And beyond that, I think they're still trying to figure out what content offerings they're going to drop from like day one or the first couple months of release, because my personal guess, I don't think they'll have everything day one. I do not think that they will have GTA, the campaign, the online, and RP all ready to go. I do not think that they'll have that ready. I think this may be the most strategic period of time for them to map out how are we going to stagger the content drops. For me, that's just my guess.
No, I see what you're saying, and I think that is it'd be the smartest way of doing it. Man, now thinking about implementing 5M, I feel like we might not get GTA Online again for another year. Like, if I was them, I would also delay it, because at this point GTA Online is so big that it's not even a GTA game. It's like a GTA. It's like its own thing. It's like a standalone DLC.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't really care if I would have got GTA. If I get GTA Online again another year later, I know a lot of people that's like their shit, and I get that. I am cool with the single player. I actually kind of miss when they were focused on single player more. Like, I miss the zombie DLC. I miss like all that stuff. So if we don't get GTA Online for another year, I wouldn't be too pressed about it, because I really get to sink my teeth into the regular game. And if it means we're also going to get 5M on launch and we're going to get like a whole big ecosystem, I think it's worth the wait.
Yeah. No, I agree. Again, if there's enough time for them to get all those things and get all the ducks in a row, shoot, I'll listen. Again, I will absolutely happily wait. I will happily wait. And that's the thing that we said this from mid 2024. When 2025 comes, there's going to be so many games that is going to be hard to contend with. And have we not been correct so far? We have been flooded with stuff. I still have to catch up with stuff from like late last year up to now. Like, my backlog is ridiculous. Everybody's backlog is ridiculous. There's stuff dropping today. Splitgate 2's open beta drop today. This is dropping next week. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of stuff out in the wild. Elden Ring Night Rain drops in like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, there is so much stuff that's packed up right now through this year that I'm not saying that it would have been a loss, because obviously any year that GTA is in is a huge value add, but it would have been a nice drop of the shoulders of like, damn, cool. All right, I can actually have a bit of breathing room and finish some of these other games that are coming out, because there's so much. And even now, games in 2026 is still going to be a good year. There's a good chance 2026 could still be as good as 2025 is shaping up to be. To be very honest, like the carryover from again 2024's delays all the way down is crazy, and we might have some really crazy stuff in 2026 to match up. So GTA taking up that summer slot again, the top of summer, fantastic. Mwah, beautiful. I love it. A summer game, the game of the biggest game of the year of that year will be in the top of the summer. You're taking time, you're doing your thing. I like that. And again, in terms of what I've seen, I mean, everything looks ridiculous, bro. How did they get the pants to fold up like that when people's walking? That's you know what I'm saying? That's wizardry. That's wizardry. They're doing some other stuff right now, bro. But I'm enjoying everything that we've seen with the snippets. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just going crazy over the graphics and stuff like that. Why Lucia got all them yeeks in the back? There's been so many questions and things that have been, you know what I'm saying, posted in the air. But the game looks fantastic. I'm interested to see all these set pieces because I think they've been really showing those off in this trailer. I feel like, again, like the plane scene when Lucia had like another chick and she was like had him in like the plane wheel like mechanism and whatever. There's just so much stuff that you can digest in there. I'm curious to dive into all that stuff, so that's great. I'm curious to see what recurring characters might pop up. Like I'm pretty sure all the Vances are dead from Vice City, right? Like all the I don't know if y'all remember Lance Vance and Vic Vance and stuff. Brother. Yeah, and Vic Vance. I'm pretty sure both of them dead, right?
So from my understanding, if it's the same way that GTA 5 was, they said that I think it was in a different like timeline, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember people were like, if I go to Grove Street, am I gonna see CJ? And I think somebody said, and somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, I visibly remember seeing like an article where they said like they're not set in the same universe. Like the newer stuff is, so like from 4 onward.
Oh, 4 on is cool.
That stuff can be in the shit. Like will you see Nico from 4?
Possibly,
maybe.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? It's possibility, but like,
hey, Gay Tony can have a nightclub in there. Oh, he can have a nightclub on the strip. He can low key.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's still alive or not, but if he is, he's still gonna have something on the strip. Hold on.
That would be like, I think the dude from the DLC, the biker DLC, was
lost in the damn. Yes, he was. He got stomped out. And he got stomped out early. That was tough. That was very tough. Facts though.
Hey, did you remember that thing I sent you where it was like at the end of GTA 6?
Oh yes, and I hate you for it. yes. I very much.
When there's a thing I saw, and it was like at the end of GTA 6, Jason and Lucy are being shot at by the police, and then Michael, Franklin, and Trevor and CJ show up. They save them, and they're like, "What are we, some kind of GTA 6?"
I hate you so much, bro.
That's funny.
That's so stupid.
I hate it so much, bro. But there's a chance we could see again those characters as well pop in. So I'm curious to see how all of this plays out. Again, I have even more faith in GTA 6 now. Even if I already had a bunch before, that they'll polish things and they'll have a good product out the gate, because that's what I want, a solid experience out the gate. And how they choose to build everything else going forward, you know, time will tell. But for GTA, I'm at a good place with it. I am at peace with the fact that it got delayed. Everybody should breathe a sigh of relief and go play something else, because we have plenty of time to play everything else that's coming out in the year. There's too much games to be disappointed or depressed. I'm sorry. There's too many games out there to sulk. Go play something else.
Yeah, I find it crazy that that's sort of like a viewpoint on it as well, because the way I see it is like, I'm gonna play GTA like regardless.
Yeah.
So like, I don't need to rush. Like, I'm gonna get this experience by any means.
Factuals, bro. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not worried about it. Again, I'm gonna make the time. I will make the time. Like, there's no question I will make time for GTA. Again, also, if they have 3-on-3 basketball, fingers crossed. If they do, I'm making too much time for that, you know? But with the rest of the gaming space as it is now, there's so much stuff to get lost in, bro. Trust me. Just a little bit of a wait will not hurt y'all, especially at this point when there's so much good stuff to distract you. There's greatness all around. Please, y'all, just get lost somewhere. I mean that positively. But yeah, we can rock into the the quick bites next. Oh my gosh, my reading. We can get into the quick bites next and just talk about some quicker stories here that we had from across the last couple of weeks. Now, Hideo Kojima, he was talking about a few things about he's talking about ideas for when he might pass for his team and stuff, and he talked about an idea he had for a game, a forgetting game that essentially he said the player that you play as would have to, you know, essentially play through the game quickly, and the more you take a break from the game and the longer the break is, the more skills the player forgets, the more information and abilities the player just loses in translation the next time you pick it up. So is this a game y'all would play?
Yes.
I just described Dementia as a DLC.
There's so much to break down there. I already know you was gonna say yes off the strength, but go explain why. I know the reason, but explain why.
He'd make it work. It sounds stupid on paper, but he'd make it work. Like I'm not even trying to glaze here. I'm not trying to not glaze either. But it's just like if you would have told me, yo, I'm making a game where all you do is deliver packages, I'm like, that's just stupid as fuck. And it's one of my favorite games of all time now. Like I don't care what he does, dog.
Fair counter.
He could have told me I'm gonna make a game where all you do is wait around, and I'd be like, shit, fucking sign me up at this point. He knows what he's doing. He's got the sauce. I'm gonna let him cook.
Dang, so he's making Five Nights at Freddy's?
Bro, if he would have made Five Nights at Freddy's, dog, I would have been fucking Map Hat or whatever the fuck the guy's name was. I was doing the theories.
Said that's just a theory.
Dog,
Kojima theory.
Bro.
That's nuts. That's nuts. And Kai, Dementia DLC, please expand.
I mean, I actually have nothing to say. Can we move on from this?
Yes. I have nothing to add either. Kojima, you a wild boy, but you be making it work. So you know I can't even fault you. I'm gonna just shrug. I'm gonna be skeptical.
The soundtrack is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be amazing.
Bro,
I have yet to play a game I don't like.
Hey,
and it's gonna slap every time.
I'm gonna be real. That's a crazy idea though. Like if you depending on the interval of time, the music will match how much like you remember. So if you barely remember anything, it's been a while like gap in the game, you only have like one instrument there, like just drums or something like that, or like one little like horn. Yeah, like that ass, like one little drum or one little trumpet playing a little tune. And the more you remember, the fuller the orchestra gets. That's kind of fire. Kojima, pay me. Wait a minute. Hold on.
You're acting like he didn't already have that written down.
You're probably right.
He's gonna show you the Word document.
Yeah, he's gonna send me a screenshot of Ludwig Göransson of like, oh shit, he already got him. Never mind. Nah, my fault. You take a picture of everybody, my guy. My bad. I thought I was clued in, bro. My fault. Shit is nuts. But
people playing this game on their iPhone notes.
Not for real. People got a sketch pad like the LA Noir detective, bro. Like Cole, like get this down. Like, wait, bro, what are we doing? Shit is crazy, man. But we can slide on here. We had another look at Ghost of Yotei and a brand new story trailer that dropped I feel like a few weeks ago. Honestly, it's feel like a good couple of weeks, but it did detail again some of the story and background that we're getting into, just showing pretty much a revenge story, you know. Again, well, it's a group of 6 like, you know, rogues basically. They came in ransacking everything, and now you know, our protagonist wants revenge on all 6 of them, and they going on a spree to get everybody down one by one. The classic good old revenge tale, you know, Kill Bill, all that good stuff esque. It's ass whooping time, bro, and we got a lot of good looks at the game, got good looks at the environment and such. It's great. It's great stuff. I'm loving it so far. How do y'all feel?
Peak.
Yeah, I think this game is gonna be nuts. I straight up, I genuinely can't think of a world where I don't pick this game up. I'm like, I cannot see myself not playing this game. And I think it, like, the part that like is crazy to me is like, I remember when this game got announced, people were like, DI, boo, boo, boo. And I'm just like, damn, bro, y'all really gonna miss out on this? Bro. Y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it. This game is gonna be pretty dope.
It's hard to put into words how much I love Ghost of Tsushima. It is, I quite literally can easily put it in my top 10 games of all time with no problem, with zero question. Over the past 5 years, it is in my probably top 2 or 3 favorite games of all time that has ever, you know, released in this past 5 years. In last 10 years, probably like top 10 easily, top 5. You know what I mean? Like, it is that good to me. From how this is shaping up, if they're able to expand on this and give me a story that is really rooted in again, this is like classic quintessential revenge story stuff that I love in all kinds of movies and all kinds of genres. So this could be something, bro. If they're able to really top what they did in the first game, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy to do, in my opinion. But if they nail this, they got a generational game on their hands, bro. I'm sorry. This might be a crazy race for game of the year if this sticks to landing. If this does what it does, this is gonna be a crazy game of the year, game award season again this year, bro. We can attack people with wolves. We giving people wolves, bro. We was wolves. Come on, man.
And if they throw that online mode, like a refined online
they put
mode,
Legends
should
too.
be nuts. That should be nuts,
bro. Especially in this climate, if they drop another like Legends like mode for the free ski, hey man, hey, they Sucker Punch might be for the people. They might be for the people. That's all I'm saying.
The like Japanese like samurai culture, it's so rich. Like when you play these games, like you play like Ghost of Tsushima, it's actually breathtaking.
It's pure, man.
It's the only way I can describe it. Like the music is just beautiful, and just all those other bits. Like they're actually beautiful pieces of artwork. Like I look at it, I'm just like peak. Get it in the library immediately.
100.
Like it's the type of game where like, so the way I class games now, because of how ridiculous the industry is like, would I buy this physical? And this is like these titles is like that's in that category.
Yeah, nah, 100, bro. I ain't gonna lie, and sometimes I'll be doing that too. Of like, damn, is this worth a physical? Is it worth like a little like I gotta go grab it?
Yeah.
Like,
unfortunately, I got baited with Starfield, but hey.
Yeah, no, we got so baited. I'm still looking at that damn collector's edition. Hey, listen, we gon'
somebody listens to the pod. If you want to buy this with me, just
bro, this watch is unused. This watch is fire, but it's unused. Come get this, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna be like 50 years old. I'm gonna rock up with the Chrono watch, and people gonna be like, "What?"
Niggas gonna think I'm a Power Ranger in this hole. Like, bro, do you want this? It is like $400. Please, just take it.
Yeah, but for me, certain games, like there are games that I think are really good if you enjoy the franchise. Like if you love Like a Dragon, I think oh my god, something that Ninja Raiden, the dude who forgot his name, I cannot remember the full title, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That game I think is a game that you need to play if you love Like a Dragon. But there are certain games that I think are just so good on their own, regardless of whether you are into samurais or not. I think that is Ghost of Tsushima, and I think if you are avoiding this game for any reason other than the fact that you can't afford it, man, have fun with your life, man.
Bro,
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you can how you can just like see something like this and be like, nah, I'm good off that. Like, all right, bro.
Facts.
More for me.
If you ain't looking forward to October 2nd, 2025, stay around my way. Stay from around me, brother. You know what I mean? Get out. But we can slide on here and we can talk about some more stuff on, well, not even the Xbox side of things, because this is going to be interesting. We had an announcement at the top of May talking about Gears of War Reloaded. The OG Gears of War is being completely remastered and optimized for the current gen and PC. We're talking 4K resolution, high FPS, 60, 120 in campaign and multiplayer respectively, HDR, variable refresh rates, 4K enhanced stuff, zero loading screens, cross-play, cross-progression, coming August 26th of this year for $40 on Xbox PC, Cloud, Steam, and PS5. It is coming completely, platform agnostic except for Switch for the first time ever. And it's gonna be on Game Pass day one. Crazy. I mean, again, this is Gears of War gonna be everywhere for the first time ever, which is insane to me in my mind. But for y'all, I'll open up to y'all, man. How y'all feel about this?
Yo, why'd they sneak zero loading screens during campaign?
Hey man, don't worry about that.
That's funny as fuck. Gears is, I mean, I didn't really get to experience Gears, so I'm kind of excited because I watched like my parents play Gears a lot, And then as I
Jesus.
got older and I looked, shut up.
Jeez, I'm sorry. I just caught you say that. I'm like, wait, oh god. Oh.
and like when I went back to watch it, it looks like it's like a peak like third person shooter. I don't know if like Gears like was part of like setting up
It 100%
like,
was.
the trend of third person
Yes.
shooters,
It
but
wa-
it definitely
was
looks like it was
it was the third person shooter, I think.
right.
It 100%
Yeah,
was.
it just looks like super heavy, super grounded, and like the way they handle their like left and right shoulder like transitions, it just looks so fluid. Like the movement system looks so fluid. So I'm definitely gonna pick it up. Look like it'll be good.
100%. When, how you feel?
I am not fucking playing no fucking Gears. I'm playing the campaign for sure, and if it's on Game Pass, you know damn well I'm gonna download that bitch. And I'm gonna run that shit. But I'm not jumping nowhere near online.
You don't want to get it in with the Mexican players, bro? We in there. What do you mean?
That shit,
we about to be wall bouncing. Come on,
dog. I swear to God, if I get in that bitch and in the games come, I hear anybody speaking Spanish, I'm uninstalling, bro. 'Cause they finna shit on me and be like, no mames, and I'm be like, no. I shit you not. I remember being at work. I was working in the movie theater. And it was like a Wednesday. Nobody was at this bitch. And I was watching on ESPN this Hispanic bull who was a Gears like legend. I don't even know his name, but I'm watching this motherfucker play the game, and I played the game. That shit don't look like what he looks like he's doing. It looks like he got that shit on God mode. What the fuck you mean? What is his movement? That doesn't look sanitary. Bro. I don't know what the fuck I'm watching, bro. Like, what's going on? And he's just a chill ass guy. I'm like, bro, I can't. And the thing is, like, I think it's cool as fuck, but I'm never tapping into that shit. I picked up fighting games late in my life, and I love my time with it. Gears is not that. Gears movement is like Fortnite building. If you're built for that shit, you're built for that shit.
It high key is. It's such a separate skill. I feel like movement and shooting is so like, it doesn't feel contiguous necessarily. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's just like you just got. I don't know how to fully explain it.
Like the way I see it, like when I picked up fighting games, I remember playing fighting games and thinking to myself like, I'm gonna pick this shit up. And the reason I'm gonna pick this up is because if I play Street Fighter, I feel like it's gonna translate to Tekken. If I play Tekken, it's gonna translate to, you know what I'm saying? Like I was gonna do that. I was gonna pick up a skill that I can transfer to all of my to a bunch of shit in my life. This like wall bouncing is such a specific skill. It's just not gonna go anywhere. But you don't understand how bad I want this esports to thrive. Cause that shit is exciting to watch. Watching a motherfucker hit 2 walls. I saw a motherfucker dive and then transition to a wall bounce. Like it made no sense to me. He was horizontal and then his person just fucking shifted into a crouching state. How does that work?
When I seen people like actually learn how to do a backflip in air, like they got air, did a backflip, they did a back roll in midair and got somewhere else. I was like, bro, nah, y'all doing different. Y'all different, bro. I can't.
They're wall bouncing. Motherfuckers who wall bounce with a sniper too.
You're
insane. What do you mean, bro?
You
shift,
get mad close with barrel stuff, headshot, and gone. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What? Like, bro, what?
They're insane.
They're away.
Insane, bro. I will say this though, man. For me personally, I was a late bloomer with Gears. I had Gears 2 off of like some little cheap deal, but I never played much of it. But I really started with Gears 3. That was really how like my most time under the gun, and then I went back. Well, actually, no, I went Gears 3, then I went Judgment. Judgment was ass, and then I went back. I'm like, oh, okay, let me see what 2 and 1 were talking about a little bit, or at least watch it. And Gears 3 was so fun. Gears 3 was so different to what Call of Duty was, and it was such a staple. Again, even from before, it was such a staple and really solidified third-person shooters in the mid-2000s and down. Like it really stapled, it really made its mark and again solidified that genre and subgenre of shooters to the masses, and really just legitimized it so much in the 2000s and going forward, and create a space for it. A forefather, OG, absolutely. And Gears 3 was a lot of that, where I got more of the gritty feel. Like it gave me something different. Like when I jumped from Battlefield to Call of Duty for the first time, I was like, damn, this feels so different, but I love it. Like it has its own distinct style, the grittiness, that level of like, bro, the gore, the violence, bro. You get that Nasher close up and you turn somebody into pulled pork. Hey man, there's very few feelings like that. You get a real close with a Nasher and turn somebody into mincemeat. It is wonderful. It's wonderful. But I think everything about the Gears franchise is something that should be celebrated. It should still be one of these staples that's up here with Call of Duty and Battlefield and everybody else, in my opinion. So I'm glad that everybody's getting a chance to experience Gears in some format, way, shape, or form as we go towards E-Day. And like we said beforehand, when E-Day actually had his first trailer, this was the best possible move for them to do. This was the best possible move for them to give the full context of Gears before you go anywhere else. If you're gonna reboot the series, if you're gonna do X, Y, Z, you need to give them the easiest segue into Gears to build up momentum. And what better momentum to do than give them a remastered version again of the first game, give people context for folks that have been sleeping on the series, and you put it everywhere. You give it everywhere. You give it to PS5 fans that have moved somewhere. You give it to the PC folks. You give it to Xbox folks, and then you let them have at it. I think this is, again, in terms of Gears, this is probably the smartest move that they could make. So fairs to them. They're doing work. All right, we can slide on here and we can talk about Arrowhead. You know what I'm saying? Whilst they putting us back in the trenches on Super Earth, you know what I'm saying? Because shit getting invaded, shit getting tough. We gotta, for the army, we gotta make sure we're there for democracy. Meanwhile, for their next title, they actually announced that what they're working on next will be fully self-funded. So they said thank you for PlayStation's time and partnership. They appreciated all of them, but they said their next game is 100% funded by ourselves, so we can call those shots. Kai, how do you feel?
That sounds like a fucking dream.
I thought that was from the soul right there, huh?
That feels like a fucking dream. I'll say it again. That's some good shit right there. I know the creatives are gonna thrive. I feel like a fever dream. They're gonna finish the project and be like, pinch me.
I hear it. I was about to say, when what say you?
I think that's pretty dope. I'm really happy for them because, like, I mean, as we all know, too many cooks in the kitchen. Like, imagine Helldivers without that bullshit ass like PlayStation Gate.
Oh,
they
yeah.
were like, whoa,
you gotta sign up.
You gotta sign up. I'm not doing that. No, fuck that. Like, man, fuck all that shit. Like, they don't have to worry about none of that. Like, I'm happy for them, truly. Like, please. And I know they're gonna cook because they cook with Helldivers.
100%, bro. So whatever this is, if it's a Helldivers 3, if it's whatever project, I mean, the job that they did with Helldivers 2 has got me tapped into what they do next, because they have set precedent with all, again, Helldivers 1 and 2. Honestly, they've done real good work over their time, and I'm curious what they have in store. So yeah, more democratizing the process of development. Give these people the power, man. To the people goes the power. We love to see it. And last but certainly not least in these quick bites, man, we had some updates about Xbox and how they're the next major folks in the pile raising their prices. They have announced official price hikes across their entire product range. Xbox has, with Xbox Series S jumping to $379 from $299. Basically, the Xbox Series 1 terabyte. Everybody's getting like $60 and $70 upticks and up hikes from their original price in terms of console. And the big kicker here is that there will be select games in their lineup rising to $80 confirmed starting this holiday. How do you feel about that, when?
Dog, I don't even know one Xbox game that I've played, Xbox produced, that I was like $80 and no problem. You know what? One game actually. I'm lying. There is one game that I would pay for that Xbox could make. If those motherfuckers dropped State of Decay 3, I'll pay $80 for that shit. They got me. They got me. But I know for a fact that shit is not dropping. Therefore, I'm not holding my breath at all. I am not worried at all. It's like motherfuckers telling me, like, I don't even know. Like, the price of shrimp is going up. I'm allergic. That's just not gonna matter to me at all. Go crazy. Put the price up. If I need that shit, I will get that shit later.
Nah, I hear it. Understandable, man. Kai, what say you?
I'm sad, bro. I'm really sad. You know, one of my goals when growing up was like, I really want that console, but I can't afford it. I've been an adult for like 4 years now. I still can't afford this shit. I am a working professional. I use Slack.
I use Slack.
I still can't afford a Switch and the Xbox games. Like, what's going on?
That carrot on the stick is moving further and further away.
Bro, I don't have much to say on this topic, and only thing really is like, we knew this day was coming. For a long time, we knew this day was coming. And this is not just the Nintendo thing, because it is partly their fault because they started it. So again, Jeff Grubb was like, yo, it's perfectly valid to like blame them because they opened the seal. Yes, it is. You know what I'm saying? So partly, yes, Nintendo, damn, hasty as hell. But this day was coming for a long time. And for all the people that have really like shilled for these companies, and they're just raising their price on y'all, you know, feel shame. Feel real shame. I hope you all feel real shame, because let's be honest, let's be real. These companies, at the end of the day, their job is not to make you feel the most comfortable. It is to make money first. It is to be profitable first. So they're gonna do those things despite you, to make sure they get that objective done. They make sure their margins look good, to make sure that they're selling as much as they ever have. You know what I'm saying? So we're entering a serious period of shortchanging and money scrounging from a lot of main brands that we know, specifically our main console providers of Xbox, of PlayStation, and Nintendo. Like, I mean, Nintendo's way ahead of the game here, but still, the nickel and diming era might really be upon us, because I don't think they have much latitude in this console lane to expect major growth surges and major, you know, crazy spurts in a new way with the regular console path that they're going on. They're just becoming mini PCs, and people just want PCs at that point. So it's time for us to get nickel and dimed, and it's unfortunate. I hope we all are very conscious about our wallets. I hope people aren't very disparaging to other people who are, again, in more financial straits than other folks, to just be discerning, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'll talk about this a little bit as well, but they don't care, bro. They don't care. They'll slap $80 games and they'll say, hey, you know, it's $80. You want it, right? Go get it. Fetch. And, you know,
that's literally what Randy Pitchford said.
And
verbatim what he said.
And we gonna get to that shit in a second. We gonna get to that shit just a little bit too. But it's literally that of like, bro, corporations eat a dick. That's really all I have to say. That's it. There's nothing more. Damn. It's so annoying, bruh. Oh my gosh, $80, bro. These niggas is cooked. Anyways, let's move on to the trailer trove, man. Let's talk about the more watchable medias. Go ahead.
I got a point. I need to.
Oh please.
Cook.
Cook.
It's in trailer trove. It's in trailer.
Okay. It's in trailer trove. Hey, cook. Before I even start, go ahead, cook.
In the edit, I need you to put your face, and I need you to put the lead male actor of Netflix's Forever, and I need the audience to decide how similar you guys look.
What? This is so random.
Like, this is the point you wanted to make.
Now I have to look at this. Now I have to look. You're a sick bastard. You're a sick bastard. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. And now you want me to look at it? Wow. You're sick. You're sick, so you know that? You're a sick guy. He kind of has my nose in my... Nah, all right, no, I'm not.
Kind of has my nose in
Nah. I'm not entertaining this. You decide. Y'all let me know in the comment section, bro. But I don't agree. I'm leaving this.
I was watching that shit and I was like, I like rub my eyes, bro. I was like, what?
Wait, did you get another job?
Y'all are sick, man. Y'all are sick, bro. I'm looking over that, bro. I am turning my eyes away from that conversation. I'll let y'all have at it in the comments, man. Damn. But moving on again to more watchable media, we only got one story for this, and it's actually about one of the topics that we just mentioned. Gears of War actually has some legs on it in terms of a feature film, a movie. Apparently we got some more details from THR talking about how it will be directed by David Leitch, who directed Bullet Train. It will be written by John Spates, who wrote Dune 1 and 2, and we're looking at a certain plan of action in terms of the film releasing in live action first, followed by an adult animated series, and it will be releasing on Netflix. How are we feeling about Gears of War, the movie, making traction? Kai.
Fam, why have I not heard Dave Bautista's name yet?
Bro, which is nuts.
That's very true.
He should have been attached to this. I don't know what we doing here.
This is nuts to me, because this guy has been begging for a job for years.
For this specific one, literally.
For this specific job. So I'm actually interested to see if he gets casted for that, because I feel like, aside from him actually being like somewhat of a good casting, this is just like a whole thing now. Like, he needs to be in this movie if it ever gets made, right?
Off the strength of the campaign, we can't, like, again, I feel like automatically they'll get more viewership if he's in it just because they fulfilled that request. I'll be real. I'm not the usual person to be like, oh man, he requested something, let's do it. Like, oh, put this one girl as Storm. I'm like, nah, let's not do that, because let's actually like have a thorough process and let them do their thing. But for this instance, you want a big ass buff dude in armor, just wanting to shoot things and yell. He was already doing that as Drax. He's even more built to do that in natural state as a Marcus Phoenix or somebody, or Dom. Just throw him in there, bro.
Bro, am I bugging, or did he like do like a tribute video in the armor? Or am I absolutely crazy?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was for like Gears 5 promo, or it was for just like he just did off the strength. But he need to be in there. He need to be in.
I think him as Dom. For me, I would like to see him as Dom, and the reason I say that is mostly because I know that he likes characters with like a lot of more range, and it's nothing against Marcus at all, because I think he would kill as Marcus too. But I think he would be able to show us, because we all know how Gears 2 and fucking Gears 3, we understand that shit. Like, that motherfucker was on some shit, bro. I need him in those scenes. That's what I need. I need him in those scenes.
I ain't gonna lie, he would cook. I mean, the depth of narrative and characterization for Dom, like, I mean, that's a whole open football field, bro. He could play in that all day. He could have fun with that, no question. That would be cool to see. Honestly, I definitely don't mind him being there. And this is one of these instances where I am against whatever the game source material says. If we can do anything about changing Coltrane, anything, that will be wonderful. Please, just for the sake of this climate and what the times that we're living in specifically. I mean, it's never a great time for Coltrane and his source material, but now specifically would be great to just tweak some things here and there. That's all I'm saying. Just tweak it.
Hey, bro. I'm just saying, when Tyrese pulls up in the motherfucking
I was literally about to say.
Dog, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, I did. It's been so long, I forgot these references were pulled in. I should have known. My heart was telling me, bro, brace yourself. For what though? I don't know. It's fucking time.
He's like, you gonna be like, you tell him, why is that motherfucker moving between those walls like that?
He said we got a hammer? What a hammer gonna do with the locust? Like, oh my gosh.
Is that Terry or like
shit? Oh my god. Oh, Terry Crews, that's called Chain.
Terry Crews is crazy.
It's either Terry or 50's about to make the craziest markets.
50 Cent?
Nah, 50 Cent.
Crazy.
Hold on a second.
50 Cent Coltrane?
You mean tell me Logan's is gonna come down and look at that?
This shit's crazy.
This is crazy. I don't know what the fuck he talking
bro,
about.
If you can read one page out of a cog manual.
Dog, it's gonna be bananas, dog. And what was the rookie's name? What was the rookie's name?
Carmine.
Yeah. We gonna find out Timothy Chalamet playing Carmine.
Oh my god.
He gonna have a helmet on the whole time, but Timothy Chalamet gonna be Carmine.
Yeah. Carmine or Bear was the other one. I don't think he was a rookie, but he was definitely one of the younger ones in the group. I can't remember off the top of my head. Carmine definitely was a rookie though.
That bitch.
Shit. Yeah.
That's all I know.
Fucking child. Jesus Christ. You know what? And I've realized he's a fucking super Knicks fan. So you know I'll allow it. I ain't gonna lie. He's won me over. He's won me over. So I give you that. Man, but still, I again, one of the few franchises where it's like, I'm not mad to see what they do in live action. That actually kind of that could work. I was
actually about to get onto that point. I was like, I feel like how we've been seeing a trend of more and more video game movie adaptations come out. I don't feel like there's a lot of pressure on this one. They just need to make a good action movie.
That's really it, man. You just make sure there's a good amount of gore. There's a lot of different actions and set pieces. The CGI is good on the Locust. Some practical effects on Locust would be dope. I doubt they'll do it, but it would be great to have a practical effects Locust. That would be wonderful. But yeah, I don't think there's as much pressure on any other things. Like even when you think like a Yakuza, I think there's definitely more pressure on a Yakuza to be a show than than Gears of War. When you think about it, I mean, Gears of War is just straightforward. Again, action, heavy war, stuff's breaking down around them. Shoot, get crazy. You have one person that makes jokes. It's a quintessential action movie in a game format, basically. So you have that there. Again, stuff like Yakuza and everything, there's a lot of tonal differences. There's things you have to adapt from. Again, a lot of different standpoints that aren't cut and dry. So Gears is an easy run. It's pretty much.
I think so too, to be honest.
Yeah, and again, if this movie's ass, at least they said they making the adult animated series, so you'll probably have a layup anyways. You'll have a pick-me-up because animated more than likely will not fail. Fairs. That's not even bad at all, man. We'll see though. We will see. But let's move on to the remaining stories we have on the docket today, and we can talk about Borderlands 4. Yes, we had a deep dive with Borderlands 4, just a look at all the things that have been happening, what's changing, the new planet, the new story, the new characters, all the guns, quality of life. There was so much in it, and I would love to hear y'all 2 cents. When you are a Borderlands vet like myself, I'm curious to hear your thoughts first. What's going on, man?
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was watching that shit, every time they talked about a story, I was like, all right, fast forward, I don't care. Fast forward. Okay. Damn. Oh, here we go. We're talking about gameplay, and then they start talking about like the gameplay add-on. It looks like it's to me, it looks like it's going to be a Borderlands game with like, and this is weird to say because I can't think of any other franchise, but like Destiny-esque worlds, like there's just gonna, the world, the maps are gonna have more shit to do. And I know saying wow, Destiny maps, I know that seems wild to say, but I mean like in a more modern form. Like there's actually gonna be shit to do. It's less linear, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, especially as long as movement is cool and like I'm getting to point A to point B and having fun doing so.
Yeah,
like I
just
think
more dynamism in those spots. Yeah,
because I think that actually is gonna be a really fun way of like traversing the world and just seeing what it has to offer. I think is way more fun than just like going from point A to point B. Because that was one of the things I hated about 3 was like what some of the maps would be like, yo, come over here. This slow ass robot's gonna open up the fucking door for you. You got over here. All right, cool. Shoot everybody in here, and you're having a ball. Like, whoa, I'm shooting shit. Fuck God. Then you get to the end of the room, and it's like, wait, that slow ass robot didn't make his way across yet. So you gotta wait for that slow ass robot to come over here. Fart joke. Streamers are weird, and it's like, all right, bro, hurry this shit the fuck up. I'm trying to keep playing the game, but being able for me to choose where I want to go, like, man, mwah, chef's kiss, bro. And this is weird for me to say, I'm excited for this game because I had a lot of criticisms about 3. I had a lot of criticisms about Tiny Tina, and I'm not necessarily happy with the way either of those games turned out. But this game looks like my expectations are in the right place. Yeah, they're not high. I need some good ass mid. That's all I need from y'all. Give me some good ass mid, and we are cooking. Just let me mindlessly shoot shit and farm guns. And I love what they're doing with the legendary systems, with the way they talked about their loot. Like all the gameplay shit, I'm locked in for it. If the story's ass, I already don't care. Like, I'm already coming in with the expectation that the story is not going to be, nothing is ever going to touch 2. Nothing's ever going to come close to 2 story.
Nope.
But if the gameplay is just good enough, I just need that. I just need that. Just the gameplay to be good enough, and I won't say a word. You can do whatever the fuck you want, bro. But please, for the love of God, on everything that is holy, don't make me wait for a slow ass fucking robot to open a goddamn fucking door. Please. I'm tired of waiting for his ass to be like, hey man, don't you just love shooting guns? Ha ha ha. Oh, I farted. And then it's just like, so funny. Please, can we keep it moving?
Nah, I get you, bruh. I get you. Kai, how did you feel about stuff that you saw from Borderlands 4?
Yeah, I think, like when we're saying, I think the gameplay side looks fun. But again, like, I think that literally the point of the story. Like, they don't need the best story, and I feel like to some extent there is like a big expectation there, and I don't know why there is a big expectation. I feel like the story to improve or be better, but
it's because of
but it just needs a decent story and the gameplay to be good, and I think they won't get shot at on X.
Yeah, that's literally basically it, honestly. Again, in terms of gameplay, this is one of the franchises that I think every step of the way they've gotten pretty better with each release. At least the mainline ones. Every release, the gameplay has gotten better. Borderlands 3 to me, again, overall is still best in class gameplay to me. The gunplay, how things maneuvered, how it felt to shoot, all the different skill trees and stuff like that. The pure gameplay of it felt really good. And I think that was the best in class core that they had. And they were able to go back, at least from what I saw in these deep dives and updates, they were able to go back and add on top of that gameplay the quality of life changes to make things a lot more intuitive and simpler. Like, instead of having Claptrap around you all the time, you have this other bot that's floating around you that can show you the way to go to certain objectives, that can hack doors for you. So again, the walking with the slow ass robot is not there anymore. Hopefully it's not there anymore.
Hopefully.
You know what I'm saying? We're flying with a slightly faster robot that hopefully will not say as much, but you know, we're in the ballpark of improvement on that front, you know? So that's good.
I want people to know I'm not even talking about Claptrap. I'm just talking about any motherfucker that's slowing me down from shooting shit and getting loot. Anybody who stopped Rise, literally
True.
Anybody who's making me wait for them to walk across a room, you can eat a dick. Give me the code. Yell, everybody in this room is fucking dead. Yell the code. I'll put it in my fucking self.
That is also very true. You could have just said the code. They could have just said it.
I'll walk it over, please.
Fairs. And also, again, just the quality of life stuff. Again, on top of the gunplay, they've added those little things to, again, traverse the map. The map feels a lot more dynamic with, again, weather changes, the night cycles, the again, points of interest on the map where you can zip line and glide. The gameplay, again, in the sense of movement, where there's dodges, and again, there's that glide feature. There's the zip lining stuff that you can float around with and everything like that. Adding more smoothness to your experience in that front. Again, the more the quality of life things, like you don't have to save, quit, do anything. It's like save scum to get to bosses again. You can just do replays at a certain point in the map with like moxies or whatever that they mentioned in the video. So there's so many things that make the experience so much smoother. Retooling the loot to make legendaries feel good again. Wonderful. Clap it up. I feel great about that, man. So all the main gripes that I've had with how quickly you can scour the map, how much you can interact with the map, the design of them, you know, and again, just the gameplay and tidying certain things up to make everything around the gunplay feel good, because the gunplay in 3 was good. A lot of things around it didn't feel good. A lot of things around it did not feel as good, and unfortunately there was too much of it, and that created a real detracting feeling where I couldn't give the gameplay its full just due in the whole entire experience, because the story was lackluster. There was this, that, and the third, you know, and it just took away from it. But I will say I am optimistic that they keep mentioning the story's toned down. The story's a bit more, you know, like less crazy and hokey than they did it last time. So I'm happy that I'm hearing those things. I need to see it in real practice, but I am glad that there's been enough reassurance and reaffirmation that, hey, we're not trying to be that corny like we did. We went overboard where we actually brought in people, and I know that was a story that we covered as well. They needed to tighten up that story, so I'm glad about that. Overall, I think the characters look really cool. The new ones, all the side characters that are introduced that are new, all the old folks. I see Zane in the cut as well. Shout out to Zane. Again, the new Vault Hunters look really, really cool. We saw the new Siren.
Siren,
yeah. The Siren looked cool. Her powers like super like golf kind of vibes, which I like. And then I think the character that I'm probably trying off rip is Rafa, because Rafa looked dope to me with like the exosuit. It looked kind of hard. But how you felt about the Vault Hunters, bro?
I'm definitely playing. This is the first time I actually will do a Siren. Actually, no, I played Amara, so that's a lie. But this will be the first time I pick up a Siren as like my main, because they have like summons.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm all for that. That was another issue. There's a very small nitpicky issue, but it was not small to me. I hated the fucking companions in 3 because it just I literally felt like I'm like not even micromanaging. It just felt like they weren't really doing shit unless I'm holding a button down for, again, way too fucking long for me to tell this monkey to throw a barrel. Just let him throw the fucking barrel. I don't care. Just please let him do damage and do something. Like, and as long as they can like make the abilities feel less like a chore, because that was one of the things I didn't like about Flak, was like I felt like using my pet was a chore.
Yeah.
I think they're in a good place, and I honestly do think that they're in a better place than they were for 3. Tiny Tina's was not a bad game at all.
Bad.
It's just wasn't bad. It just wasn't the Borderlands I wanted. You know, like it was good, and I still have it downloaded. Like I'm still playing through it slowly because it scratches the itch. But like I just need them to not do too fucking much. That's really all it comes down to. Like I think with 3 they were doing too much, and I think they like refocused.
100%. And I think that's definitely what they needed, just to recalibrate their efforts and just focus on making the things around the gunplay, because they already had that. Just make those a bit more interesting. I'll get the environment and everything else, the other elements around that gameplay, to encourage all of us to lean back in. And that's what they need. And I think, again, just you don't need to do too much on the story. Just making sure it's in this pocket. It has its moments to be funny. It doesn't overstep its bounds. The environment, make sure it's still expansive and big, but it allows us to get through it again with some level of pace and haste to it, and explore it through different corners. Again, the options to explore those things, the quality of life things, like the new free gliders and stuff like that you can just summon. I don't know if they still have cars and like the echo system or whatever at the stops. I don't know if they'll have those anymore, but it would be dope to see if they still had both options, but I'm not mad at either. Again, overall, the elements around the gunplay do not need to overstep their bounds. Just keep them tight, keep them conducive to a really fun experience, and then let the gunplay and let the looting shine at the top of it. And I think we're hitting closer to where Borderlands 2 is at the end of the day. And I have decent expectations for this game. I'm actually gonna try and play through Borderlands 3 in the summer and just like retrain my brain on what I was looking at. But I still feel optimistic about it, honestly. What I don't feel optimistic about is Randy Pitchford saying, hey, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to pay $80, brother. And going on Twitter, Randy Pitchford, bro, I love Borderlands, and I'll open this up to y'all, but I'll start with the same message I intend to end with on this. Shut the fuck up. Please don't say nothing on Twitter, bro. Don't shh, bro, please. Bro, please, for the sake of this game's like perception, just don't say nothing. Don't do it. How do y'all feel?
Exactly that.
Yep.
I just need him to just chill out. Just make your money.
Perfect. Relax. Do magic tricks on your own time, gang. This game literally has a chance of redeeming the entire franchise as it stands. Just leave it alone, gang. Shh, please just shut the fuck up. That's all. All right, cool. I'm done with that. Now we can move on from a game that is anticipating some type of comeback to another game that has made an absolute splash, and I am thoroughly happy with the reception that it's been getting, how people have been feeling about it. I've been jonesing to play it, but life has been busy for me. I can't even front, but I've been jonesing to play this, and I've been eager to hear the thoughts of folks that have been playing it and had a chance to sit down with it. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. People are already saying automatic game of the year contender. I would love to open it up to y'all. How y'all feeling about it? Did you have time under the gun with it? What's going on with Clair Obscur in your world, man?
I haven't actually got a chance to play yet. That's on my list for one things to do in the next couple of weeks. But I have friends that play it, and they're like, "Yo, you need to play this. Like, you cannot continue to exist without playing this game." Essentially, is the consensus. So, yeah, I'm hearing pretty positive things.
Yeah, I love it. I've been playing a good amount of it. I have not gotten as far as some of my other friends, but I have been playing a shit ton. The story is fucking phenomenal. The game looks like, the art is just visually striking. This shit is really fucking good. The music, I can't say enough about Clair Obscur. It is like a rhythm game mixed with an RPG. The way that you parry and the way that you dodge things, like, it's so fucking good. It's not even funny. Every character in the game has something unique about them that makes building them and playing with them really fun. I thoroughly have been enjoying this game. It's probably one of my favorite RPGs of this year. I don't even think it's that long. I don't think it's as long as other RPGs that I've played. I definitely recommend anybody who's considering downloading it, just download it, give it a try, see if you like it. But this is one game that if you're somebody who likes who isn't sure they would like it because they're not a big fan of turn-based, this game gives you something to do in every turn. So I promise you're gonna enjoy it.
Word. Damn. Now that's the 401, man. Again, it's already from what I've seen, it dropped like 2 million copies sold, like so much acclaim. I think it's the highest rated game of the year so far. It's like tied with a couple other games. Like it's an insane reception from a team that is said, hey, we were bored at Ubisoft. We actually need to do something that like really like matters and feels good. So let's go do this. You know what I mean? Like it is a testament in my mind from the reception. Again, I got to play it to form my own like thoughts, but the reception speaks for itself in a way. It is indicative of how people really take to uncompromising projects, to uncompromising creative projects, from a team of 30 people that decided, hey, we need to make something for ourselves and really put our all into this. A AA game, how much does it cost? Like what, $40, $50?
It's it's not that expensive.
Yeah, it costs a little 50 balls, something like that. You can get it on Game Pass, all that stuff. And the uncompromising vision of it and the creativity of it has created so much buzz and organic word of mouth. It's so authentic to itself and its vision that it's created this buzz. That, to me, again, that is a testament to how much the space sorely misses that unapologetic vibe about, again, major releases. And we've gotten it from indie in a lot of different ways, but I think from the top down, again, the conversation about AA has to come up again, in my opinion, in this instance. I just wanted to just note that, of like, we're seeing it now with, again, games like that, games like, I don't know if you want to call Split Fiction AA or AAA at this point. I don't even know, but Astrobot's definitely one of them as well. But you're seeing that level of game where it's not too crazily big. The investment isn't, again, astronomical, $250 million, $300 million worth, but it's still uncompromising in its vision, so much so that people have to take notice. And the space should be wise to understand that. The space should be wise to understand and take the proper lessons from this, that you do not need $300 million. You do not need 7 years to develop a game. You do not need a bunch of people and crunch and all that stuff. Not to say you need to lay everybody off, because that's the wrong message here. You know what I'm saying? That's not it. My thing is, have an uncompromising vision and make it fun. It doesn't have to be a blockbuster every time out, but if you make something that's true to the creator's vision and the creative team's vision, you can get results like this. Because people, in my opinion, the consumer base as general, we don't know what we want, bro. We haven't seen the things that we want yet, bro. We do not. The only thing that certain executives and stuff like that know what we want is stuff that is already out. That's why they pin their lives on remasters and remakes so heavily. And again, to a certain extent, they are appreciated, but still, The soul clamors for new. The soul clamors for novel. The soul clamors for nascent things that we have not seen before in the gaming space and context. That's why indie's so important as it is now, because indie's pulling out stuff that we haven't seen before. But who's to say we cannot reintroduce that level of creativity and nuance and just novel again activity at a larger level, at AA. You know what I'm saying? AAA probably not, but at that AA level, and invest more and revive this section that has been so, again, dormant for so long. Why can't we do it? Clair Obscur is a shining example. AA works. It works. That's all I had to say, man. I take it on soapbox, but I will play it, man. I do want to test it out for real, and get into it. But let me switch gears here and let's talk about everybody's favorite company, EA. There was a set of layoffs at the top of May, end of April, I believe. They laid off about 300 to 400 people. A good portion of them came from Respawn. A lot of stuff changed, and apparently there was a rumored project that actually was going on in the Titanfall universe, codenamed R7, and apparently it was an extraction shooter that it was just canceled outright, and they just put it down. Bloomberg reported that, and people are just kind of moving on. They're just pouring themselves into other projects. And yeah, I don't even know what to think anymore about EA, bro. I don't even know.
I don't expect much from them anymore.
That's it, yeah. I was trying to think of a response, and it's like
you just typed in L company.
Like that's literally all you can really do is like, oh man, EA is doing the best thing for the bottom dollar. It's almost like they never changed, and they do things to get back on people's good graces when they fund like indie games, and you're like, whoa, EA funded this, man, awesome. And I love that they do that, but also like they purposefully were like, yo, we're not gonna give you Titanfall 3, we're not gonna revive Titanfall, because they know if they give us Titanfall,
we're not playing Apex.
Like, yeah, we're not playing Apex, and we're not spending money on loot boxes and fucking skins. So it's like, it's pretty cooked. And you know what's funny, they could have just put skins in Titanfall. But again, they're just like, nah, we need to milk. The free-to-play model is just too easy to milk. Not really surprised whatsoever. And what's with EA and extraction shooters? I feel like these motherfuckers they really wish they made Tarkov. Give it
Heavily.
up. We do not want that shit. Even the motherfuckers who play extraction shooters don't really even fuck with extraction shooters like that. They're not playing that shit 24/7.
Nope. That's too much, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They tried to. Was that Hazard Zone? Was that what Hazard Zone was fully? Like extraction shooter?
Battlefield or whatever the fuck. Yeah. I didn't play that shit. I wasn't there for that.
Or fire something. I can't
I wanted an extraction shooter.
Yeah, Hazard Zone.
If I wanted that, I would play fucking Tarkov.
Yep. Listen, they trying to be different. They was like, hey man, this ain't battle royale. This is not battle royale. But this is an additional mode that we got to throw in there, brother. Like they tried to jump on the train. It didn't work. Why does everything have to be an extraction shooter? EA. And you know what? I think this is funny. This is funny because this comes at a very interesting time where EA is at a very, I don't think they're at a crossroads necessarily because they're still profitable, but definitely EA Sports football and Madden and all stuff like that, they didn't have great years. Especially EAFC. It did not have a great year. I think this is probably one of their lowest earning years in a long time. People are disengaged from the franchise and stuff like that and everything. So that should show you where the priorities lie, that they had a bad year. And instead of reassessing further what they might do to revitalize the product and stuff like that, the first option is, hey, let's cut everybody else that's possibly doing an enriching thing for gaming and focus on EA Sports FC. Let's wonder why they're not putting packs in. So it just shows you where their mind's at, just clap it up for them guys. Clap it up for Andrew Wilson and them, great job for doing nothing. Fantastic. Guys, stink, bro. Insane. But all right, cool, we can slide on here, man. There's not much to say, and screw them guys, but we can slide on and we can talk about the last story for the day. I meant to get your thoughts on this for a good little minute now because I've been seeing more about it. I've been getting very interested in it. It got some rumors that it might actually be a free-to-play project fully out the gate when it drops. But Arc Raiders, they had their play tests and they had their rounds where they were again showing people the game, getting people some hands-on time. Kai, you managed to get some hands-on time yourself, and I would love to hear from you what you felt, how you took in all the sights and sounds of Arc Raiders.
Game is absolutely insane. Embark fucking cooks, bro. Like, the thing is, it's so different from. Of course, it is, but it's so different in terms of feeling from the finals. But like that Embark polish is just, like it's. I'm just gonna talk about it from like the actual experience of playing the game is like crazy levels of immersion. Like the actual like visual fidelity of the game, like the sound design is just off the charts. Like you're inside and it's like you're going on a solo run, you're inside a building. It's like you can hear everything. Like you can tell when like I play Apex for a living, so I don't get blessed with good sounding games. Right? But I felt like I actually felt like Daredevil playing that game.
Damn.
It's like I knew what surface you were on. I know what footwear you were wearing as you were approaching me. Like I could hear you breathe. Like it was seriously some of the. It just made for like such a. It added to the. What's the right word to describe? Like the.
What the ambiance, the.
No, like you see, when you're playing extraction shooters, you're already like quite scared.
Oh, the tension.
Like,
Okay.
The tension was just off the charts. Like you're already scared, but then you just have this environment that is just so immersive. And the enemies, like the actual like AI enemies, are they don't play, bro. Like you actually are. You're actually scared of them, like when you're playing, because the different ranges of them, like you obviously have like your grunt level ones, but like some of the high tier level ones are genuinely some of the like scariest like AI enemies I've come across. Bro, and I didn't even take on like the queens and stuff. I didn't even get to that level. I only played about 25-ish hours. Like I got close to like getting like unlocking most of the stuff they had available and stuff, but in terms of like my gear and my loot, it just wasn't up there yet. But it's such a like well done game. Like seriously, shout out to Embark. Like they've created some really good experiences from finals across to this. Like I'm sure this game is going to be nothing but success, and I think them dropping this game, I hope they actually don't drop this game free to play. Like I feel like they could have
a little paywall and then open it up.
Yeah, like I feel like with the finals, like I honestly don't care if you're aimbotting and hacking. Like I'm just gonna leave and go next.
Yeah,
but
that's also true.
If you're hacking in an extraction shooter, the stakes are much higher. Generally, like
that's a pure experience. You don't want people.
Yeah, that's a pure experience that you don't want people to fuck with. So I would happily pay the price that they said they would. I think it was like £40, $40.
Yeah, 40.
It was estimated to be at.
I think it was 40.
I think for the experience you're getting is like that is well worth the price.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. The things I've been seeing with it so far, I get really excited again. And I'm not normally an extraction shooter person. I'll be real. Again, the only last thing I really like committed to was like the Division, really, and that was years ago. So I was very interested seeing this, and the more you showed me through again just some of the snippets online and things that were being shown off, I'm like, that again, like you said, that immersive feeling was so present from what I saw, and I'm like, damn, I get super excited for that. And I think there was a clip of that, might have been a Queen AI or whatever the hell that you were talking about. Like there was a clip of somebody that like I think they might have just sent one round out outside. They were on top of a building, like sent one round out, and he just heard something. They said, and then something jumped from the bottom of the building all the way up to the top, right where they were, and smacked into them. I was like, oh nah, this is different. The enemies are
like actually intelligent. It's crazy because you have to worry about players, and then these enemies are actually, the way they work is actually so smart. Like it's a really fun experience that also just it works really well as a co-op experience. Like I was surprised at how there's so much going on, and I thought that in a co-op experience it might be a little bit too much. Like it might be a little bit too immersive, but it works really well.
100. No, I'm excited, and again, this is I feel like with I was in between two minds beforehand about which extraction shooter I really wanted to get into at this point, either Marathon or Arc Raiders. But I think that kind of solved itself, beginning of the show. I think that kind of solved itself a little bit in my eyes. But I'm definitely excited for Arc Raiders. The more I've seen of it, the more I've really been intrigued by the experience, and I can't wait to drop in, bro. You're gonna have to carry me, brother. You know what I'm saying? You got to go. You're gonna be first. You know what I'm saying? When we out in the streets, you're first because them AI is serious and they don't know me. They know you, so you'll be first. But I'll be behind you.
The voice chat is also like a huge game changer.
Is it? Yeah, proxy chat is on.
Proximity chat. Sorry, yeah, it makes for some really funny encounters. And generally, I think because they've done such a good job at like just like the world building and just like how things are, how they sound, how they look, people kind of get into this roleplay state when they play the game.
Word.
Anyone that I kind of encountered and came across, I'm not saying they were putting on voices and making deep lore about themselves, but it was kind of like, it didn't feel like no one was sitting, like, if you kill someone in COD, they're just gonna call you a shitter and just cuss and swear at you. Like there wasn't any of that. It was like
it was a lot more.
It felt like you
invested.
actually had just killed an Arc Raider. Like the way that you would communicate with some of these people. It was quite interesting how people sort of perceive themselves as characters in these worlds.
That's hard, man. And again, when people take that core experience and make it a life of its own, that's when you have a good game on your hands. That's when people naturally get into that state and they create something out of it and synthesize on top of what you created as a studio. That's when I feel like you have a successful product in some way, shape, or form. So that's dope, bro. I'm about to pull up on people like the dude from No Country for Old Men. Said flip a coin, man. Flip the coin. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get it popping on him. That's fire though. I can't wait. I'm excited. But yeah, no, listen, that's all she wrote, man. That's all we got on this episode today. Anything that I might have missed?
The Superman trailer.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Superman trailer. Fire! I will be there. Day one, I will be there. I ain't gonna lie. The more I see it, the more I'm like, this is my Superman, bro. This is what Superman is supposed to be. I keep it a buck.
Yeah, no,
that trailer was crazy.
Excited. Like I can't express how excited. I've never really been that excited for a Superman movie. Shit ever, really. Like the thing is, like, I've grown to be more of a Superman fan as I've gotten older. Because I really fuck with some of the Superman stories that aren't really being told. And this looks like exactly that. It looks like a Superman movie that we have not seen.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait. I can't wait. I think James Gunn might cook with this one. And if this is a good first step, we might be in for a DC resurgence.
Hey, DC they could be cooking, man. This is gonna be a vital summer for a lot of people, bro. It's gonna be a vital summer for Marvel and DC. But I'm excited. I hope they all cook, because that means we all eat. So we gonna see, bro. Shoot. But yeah, nah, that's all she wrote with it, man. I'll let y'all sign off and do y'all thing. Kai, it is you first, sir. Give us your closing statement.
I'm gonna put some people on game this episode. Right now on the Epic Game Store, Sifu, if you haven't played that, is currently free.
Please do it.
Yeah, go check that out. And also, there's some new modded Balatro stuff by this guy called Furch. If you type him in on YouTube, he's got a mod called Bunko that's coming out. Or it might be out already, actually, but it's like a completely like 80 plus new Jokers, new bosses, like a bunch of stuff. So check it out if you are a Balatro fan.
Fire, man. Hey, man, put y'all up on game, man. Don't say no Cooldown never did nothing for you, for real. What is your closing statement?
Re-download Warframe. That shit is gas.
I saw you playing it the other day.
Yeah, that shit is gas. If you're ever bored and you're like, damn, I wish I had a game I could grind without having to pay for it, play Warframe. And hit up the backlog too, man. I feel like that's one thing, and we're always looking forward, man. Hit up the go back, go play some Heat, because I re-downloaded Helldivers, been having a blast. It's just a bunch of games that are so good now that you missed back when you started playing them, that they've added so much shit. So check out the backlog. That's what I have to say for you guys, and drink your water.
100, man. I agree. I'm gonna try and find some time to go play through Dungeons and Hinterberg, because I started it, never finished it. That was a fun game when it, like, at the beginning, but I gotta go finish that. It was a nice little tidy joint. But my closing notes, make sure you support the show, you know what I'm saying? Check out all the platforms that we're on, all the links in the description and everything. Please make sure you go check out the, again, streams and content from my lovely co-hosts when they grace us with a beautiful presence online. Please make sure you tap in with them. Again, tap in with my stuff as well. I do things online sometimes. And outside of that, really, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful time. Drink y'all waters, vote with y'all wallets. Be careful out here, show love to one another, and play these games, man. Play these games, have fun. That's all I gotta say. But until next time, which will probably be reacting to a crap ton of trailers from Summer Game Fest and all that stuff. But until then, this has been episode 114 of No Cooldown Podcast, and we I was trying to do Dragon Ball Z. Out of here. Peace, y'all.